is us live. Oh, hey, Molly. Nice to have you on as well. Good to see so many people here live, which is good. So, hey, I'm doing a lot more on my YouTube at the moment. So if you guys have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you really, really, really should. So I'm doing quite a bit over there, and it's not to the level of what we do in the masterclass, but it's really nice, and it's really, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Today I talked about, how the superconscious works and things. So, I definitely recommend get over there and subscribe so that you don't miss any of them. If you subscribe, you turn a little bell on. There's a little icon, and it will actually notify your phone every time that I'm there or going live. So I'm planning on trying to do it quite a few every single week over there. It's a little bit of my true choice is to get out there and to help as many people as possible, obviously. So is there anyone that doesn't have my YouTube link? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll just grab it so that those of you who don't have it can, and then we'll get stuck into this session, I reckon. Be really great. I've got a lot that I want to cover today. So let me just grab that link for YouTube. YouTube. Where is it? I've got so many links here. There it is. All right, cool. Let me grab that. And then there you go. So there's the YouTube link there, so you can subscribe if you like. Thanks, Carlos. There we go. All right, so now I am here with you guys. So welcome to the recode. It's very exciting to be here. First live recode. Well done on making it to the session. If you're watching this as a replay, then please leave a message or anything that you need. And very, very, very excited to be here. So look, let's really get to some big work today. As in this 3D reality, we have to understand that the law of attraction is not some crazy out of the box idea. Okay, I want to make sure that everyone understands that the law of attraction is very, 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 very real, and it's a higher level law. So what I mean by that is, we all know that gravity exists. Here's a pen, there's gravity. Okay, so gravity exists, yeah? So we get that. But we also know that we've all flown on an airplane, okay? So there's a bigger law, and that's the law of lift, okay? So the law of lift, it supersedes, okay? It's above the law of gravity. The law of lift says, and you can lift off. Does everyone get that? So a lot of people want to fight the law of attraction because they say, but Chris, the law of hard work, the law of action. And it's like, yes, that's a true law, right? If you don't plant the seed, then the forest won't grow. If you don't take the action, if you're not there doing it, who agrees that the law of action, I'm not trying to deny the law of action. Who's with me on this? Give me a yes if you are. The law of action, we talk about it all the time, So the law of action is real. However, the law of attraction just supersedes it. And a lot of people have a hard time with this, okay? So look, if you want to see the law of attraction and you want to get a real 3D world experience of the law of attraction, who would like to see it happen real fast, see something pull in exactly like who needs that? Who needs that to really believe it? Well, here's what I want you to do. Go down to the local plant store, and I want you to get 2 different types of seeds. Let's say you get strawberry seeds and, I don't know, carrot seeds. You can plant the same 2 things in the exact same soil. And those seeds will pull out of the same soil, the same sunlight, the same everything they need to turn into different plants. The strawberries will pull everything they need to create strawberries and all the vitamins and everything that's there for that. You see, that will turn into that. It will pull what it needs and turns into it. Does this make sense? It attracts it. The same with carrot seeds. It will attract everything it needs to turn into a carrot. Now you're thinking, well, Chris, I don't actually need to do that. I know that's true. Give me a true if you know that's true. True, right? That's the law of attraction. That's the law of attraction. Now, if you took those seeds, right, and most seeds just look like little green seeds, right? Yes, you need to water them. There is action. See, people always say, but Chris, there's action. There's action. People always go, yeah, but you got to do action. I know there's action. I already said this supersedes it. You're taking the same action. It's so important to get. It's so important to get. You could take those two seeds and you could smash them apart. You'll find nothing. You won't find the superconscious instructions that tell that seed, that seed is telling the universe how to turn it into whatever it's creating, how to take the right moisture, the right vitamins and turn it. The superconscious got that. You have to hand it over. You have to hand it over. That's there. See, the seed has already chosen what it is. So when I say the words, you must be it before you see it, I want you to remember this example. You must be the seed that's going to grow the forest you want to grow. Who's with me? You got to be it now. You got to be it now. That seed is the forest. That seed is the strawberry plant. That seed is the carrots. It is. It is it. It is it. Just the full expression of it is sitting in a different time-space reality that we're just waiting to move towards. You see, there's no other option, Kat. You're the seed of whatever. And so here's the question I have for you is, what have you been planting into the universe? What have you been planting? Because that's what you're going to harvest. True? That's what's going to come back to you. And if you don't like what you've planted and that what you're harvesting, do you know the best thing about being a human being is we have conscious control over what we're planting. Likes the sound of that. We have conscious control over what we're doing. We get to say, hey, I'd like to plant this. And then we get to shift. But it's not the conscious thought, is it? Is that how you plant into the universe? I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, I'm rich. And you got $0 in your bank account. Is that how you plant? No, you don't plant consciously, because when you are saying that, but it's not the truth, what you're really planting is this. What are you really planting if you're lying? Hey, Nikki, if you're lying about your reality, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich. What are you really planting? I'm lying, I'm lying, I'm lying, I'm lying. Who's with me with that, right? Like, that's the real truth. You can't lie to yourself, you know, oh, I feel so abundant today, I can't even pay the bills. That doesn't work, because you're not planting what your conscious brain is saying. It's the emotion of the end result that's in there. It's the emotion that's there, you see, and the emotion is lack. So you're planting lack, you see. And so a lot of people, they go, oh, Chris, I've done a recode. It's epic, feels so good. I say, great. Now we're planting something different into the universe. We're planting the emotion. Yeah, I've read The Untethered Soul. You're planting the emotion. It's the emotional signature that you must shift. Does that make sense, Rob? It's the emotion. Is that you can already be it. It's the emotion of the end result. Now, there's no perfect emotion. You'll never hear me say, you got to feel abundant to make money. That's a complete lie. A complete lie told by people sitting in Southeast Asia on a hill, meditating, saying, you got to feel abundant to make money. No, you don't. You just got to be in the emotion of you having it, whatever that emotion is. And that's what you must plant. Who's following this, by the way? Is this landing with somebody? You must be in the emotion of the end result. Kate says, makes sense, just hard to do consistently. Actually, you're really good at it. You're just really good at being in the emotion of an end result you don't want. You see? It's actually really easy. It's just choosing the one that you want. Here's the hard thing, Kate. Rob, good question. What is the emotion of wealth? There is no emotion of wealth. I'll come back to it, though. There's no perfect emotion. I'm going to show you how to get into the end result in a second. It's all good. Hold fire. Everyone's like, oh, I need to do this now. I need to do this now. So we've got to get into that emotion. We've got to be in that. We've got to plant it. But guys, here's what's interesting. The hard thing is staying in tension without seeing the results yet. That's the hard thing of staying in the tension. Can everyone write down the word intention? And then notice that its spelling is off. It's actually in tension. Break it apart and write it with an S, with tension. Tension is when you're in the tension with it. You're intense. See that? There's a real instruction in that word. And I know that I'm not talking about etymology. You go to etymology.com, this is not what it tells you. But I really like that. Like, you know, sometimes I like to really think about when I'm being intense, I'm actually in tension. Now, just so you know, I've researched it. That's not how that word got created. Just so everyone knows. That's just me enjoying to look at that and think about it. Is that okay? Because I like to think about it. Kat says it's a Duncanism. I like that. I also like the other word, the word beautiful. I like breaking the word beautiful into be you to the full. Makes me feel good. Feels beautiful. Be you to the full. Anyway, that's another word. That's another word. Anyway, so intention. One of the hardest things to do, Kate, is to stay in tension with what you desire without seeing the results yet. And here's how I like to think about it is everything has a season. There's a rhythm to everything. It's one of the Hermetic principles is that there's a rhythm to everything. There's a rhythm to everything. And one of the rhythms in nature is you must plant the seed and you don't get to see results straight away. You must fertilize the seed. You must water the seed. And guess what you must do? You must be in tension with the tree that you want. You must wait, hey? How many of us don't like having to wait? Chris, I've done the recode already. I've been doing new meditations for a week. Where's my money? What are you planting into the universe as soon as you do that? You've literally ripped up the seed, the sapling that you were starting to grow. It was growing some roots. And you've ripped it up and you've planted a new seed called frustration in straight away. Well, how about some of you who have had 30 or 40 years of building a forest of not good enough or scarcity? And we start pulling out some weeds. We start chopping down this forest and clearing space for the new things to come through, right? First month in the masterclass, and we're sitting there going, well, where's my money, dude? Like, where's my huge business? I'm trying, what? What do you mean I can't undo? That's why it's 12 months here, guys. Is that okay? It's like, you know, well, 30 years since you became an adult is what I was really meaning. So that's what I was meaning. But even longer if you add in childhood. But who's hearing what I'm saying here? There's a rhythm. And this is just true. I mean, couldn't I try to give you something not true? I could do that. Oh, yeah, guys, yeah. Come listen to one thing and then tomorrow you'll have everything you want. Whatever. I don't see that in life. I've talked to many billionaires and multimillionaires, and not a single one of them has ever said to me, yeah, Chris, it all just turned up. I just sat in the field, it all just turned up. You know, there's always been action to take. Yeah, Akai Balon is a really good book. It's just the way it is, guys. It's just the way it is, you know. And we can try to change the rules, but that's just silly, right? There's rules. There's rules. There's never anything to do, but there's always an obvious action to take. And so when we think about this, there's always an obvious action. And so the first real thing to think about is you must be planting the right seeds, right? You must be planting the right emotion into the universe. Who agrees with that? Because if you're not first off planting the seeds, it's there. But in order to do that, you need to first remove and recode and let everything you have been planting die. You must let everything else die so that there's room for the new stuff to grow. Does this make sense? Now, here's what's interesting. A lot of people aren't willing to actually let aspects of their old life die. Chris, changed my money situation, but don't change that relationship with my best friend for 15 years. Chris, yeah, I wanna have a loving relationship, but no, it's supposed to be with the person I'm married to. Now it's falling apart. You see, who can feel those worries, right? Chris, yeah, I wanna have financial abundance. I just lost my job. I just lost my job, Chris. It's not working. Yes, it is. The job was the problem. I want to have this amazing new relationship. Yeah. Well, now we're bubbling up to the surface in your current relationship. What's obviously that needs to shift, right? Chris, I want to have perfect health. Why have I got this new aches and pains in my shoulder? Oh, because that's what's there to let go. Does this make sense, guys? When you're creating, when you get right into the creation, when you're about to shift, things have to break. But you trying to control, there's parts of things you're like, yeah, but I don't want to change that. Because you don't know how that is holding you to a certain structure. So you have to be willing to break the relationships you have now, become a new you, and then recreate the relationships. You have to be from a new perspective. You have to be willing to be choosing financial abundance and stay in the tension as the universe is doing the work, as your job is falling apart. You have to be willing to stay in the emotion of love when your marriage is going like this, as everything's rearranging to the new you. You have to be willing to be a creative warrior. You have to be willing to stay on that, you see. Creation takes place in an absolute perfect way, but you got to be strong. You got to have courage, and you got to just understand the natural way that this happens. What you plant will grow, but before it can plant and grow, some things have to die. And you just have to know in your heart that you're just staying in the tension and the end result of what you desire. You don't let anything crack your love. You don't let anything get in the way of you feeling your financial abundance or your absolute joy. You don't let it. You stay there and you notice the current reality. You notice, wow, that's crazy, but you stay there. Nothing comes off this. You don't allow yourself to feel hurt when, because you start choosing to live powerfully, your best friend from childhood starts to feel threatened. You don't let yourself move out of who you're being. Who's with me, right? You don't let that drag you back. That is why these weekly recodes that you guys are in this masterclass is so vital. And it's why we need to all hold ourselves to the new end result. We have to stay there. We have to stay in the end result of what we're creating. Because if we stay in that and we ask ourselves, what would the person that I'm becoming do right now? We stay there. Guess what happens? Guess who you become? So here's some key lessons already today. By the way, who's enjoying today? Is it good? You guys getting something out of this? What are you getting out of this? Let me hear from you guys. What are you getting out of this? Hey, Andrew, good to see you. Hey, Asia. What are you getting out of this? What are some key takeaways from you guys, the audience? Please type in, I'll read them out. Keep my true choices alive. Nice. Confirmation. Hold on, because this will move. Yeah, it will move. Stay in the end result. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Responsible. Nice. You're on the right path. Right on, Kat. Persistence is key. Understand that I don't have any particular fear. Yeah, right. That's right. You don't have to have the feeling that someone tells you got to feel. Yeah. Stay focused. Right on, Carlos. Next level lessons. Right on, Silly. It's just it's letting stuff move. It's the shift. You know, a great book to read about that, Civi, is The Body Knows the Score. The body is the unconscious mind. And so when you make a lot of shifts, it can show up in your tissue. You know, EDMR, you know, so the issues are in your tissues. You know, it even sounds good because it rhymes. Right. New wine cannot be put in old wine. The Body Knows the Score. Great book. Really great book. I'm not actually sure who the author is, but the point is that there's definite emotions stored in the body. So here's what I wanted you guys to really hear so far is that the law of attraction is real, and what you plant will grow. However, as you start planting new emotions into the universe and you start becoming something new, understand that the old you was attracting and holding a whole heap of old things together. Okay. And some of those things you didn't actually want to let go of, and you didn't realize that, you know, yeah, okay, in order to create your new reality, the way that you're relating to your mother needs to change. So while you're creating your new reality, maybe there's 6 months where there's not this, you don't have the same connection. People always say, but Chris, I don't feel like I've got the same connection with this person. And I'm like, yeah, because you're changing. And they say, but I don't want to change. I don't want that to change. I say, well, what's got to happen? You've got to choose to shift into the new you. And then when you become the new you, you get to create the new relationship with the new energy. But you just simply can't say, hey, I want to change everything but that. You know, like everything, but I just don't want that thing to change, you know. So you'll see things, you'll have things that you got to let go of as you're moving, right? As it's moving, you're a new you. And so when I see things breaking down, I get excited. When I see things not working, I start to realize that this is because there's no energy holding that together anymore. So I don't race to fix them and hold them together again. I simply go, okay, I'm going to stay in my end result. What will happen will happen. I'm going to stay in my end result. You see, the old me must be let go of. I'm not interested in fixing him. I'm not interested in anything. I'm letting him go, right? The dreadlocked, pot smoking, chill out, do nothing version of me had to just go. He's done. New reality. New reality. You are the energy holding it together. So let's get in and do some work. Let's get in and do some work. So let's work on stepping into the emotion of the end result. Okay, so what is an end result that you would like to create? Please type it in or give me a number 1 if you've done the first question. That's it, Kate. We don't got to fix the old us. We just got to focus on the new reality. It's irrelevant. Just focus on that. The right things will move. Either type in a 1 or the answer to the question. What is something you would like to create? So Kate, let's just get it, and thanks for typing it in. Just choose the second part of it. It's just, I choose to empower countless people, right? It's so easy for your brain to understand that. Everything else just makes it more complex. I choose to empower countless people. Yeah. Krista's got it as well. Same one. What do you mean if you don't know? Don't know what, Krista? Choose the end result of abundance. So, Jen, it doesn't need to be abundance from multiple sources. Like, don't try to control it. Just choose abundance. Yeah. Time and money to get a plane off. Yeah, it's just so complex as well, Mark. Just, just to have total abundance of time and money. Yeah. Yeah, I got it, Chris. It's cool. You can copy, but one of the ways that we limit ourselves from creating our future is we create by default. We say, oh, well, I'm not going to create for myself. I'm just going to do what my parents say, or this, or this, or this. And it's a way that we never get to just choose what we want. So I want to just stretch you a little bit and say, what is something you choose that you want to create? Nice. I like that. Nice, nice. Yeah, I get it. When I ask myself, I hear nothing. I want to create nothing. It's just a pattern that's stopping you from being powerful. Right on, Martha. Well, no, you just want to create something. Like, do you want to create more money? Do you want to create a different relationship? Do you want to create a charity, a business, a happy family, better health? Yeah, that's right. Krista wrote in, it's kind of like just riding the wave versus creating. Yeah, it's like one is you're getting pushed around by the wave of the universe versus going, I'm a powerful creator. This is what I want. And it's just an old habit. Hey, it's an old habit of just taking what comes, right? Yeah. Welcome. You're welcome. Best loving. Yeah, so Catherine, we don't need to put the I used to have, because then that's trying to recreate something old when both of you have changed. So let's just choose to create an image. Yeah, just give really clear instructions of what you want. Nice, Rob. Right on, Kat. Love it. Yeah, you can choose 2. Of course, we choose lots, but we just want to work on one at a time. Kate's got a great question. What if I want to empower people, but also make sure I'm working with children? Yeah, why don't you just write, I want to empower children? Good question. Krista said, can I just say I want it all? No, I mean, like, imagine that you're a seed. I want to be all the trees. The seed's got to choose, hey? Yeah, right on, Catherine. Yeah, Kate, you're overthinking it for sure. Just choose one. Yeah, so Krista, you're really fighting me on this. It's a pretty simple question, hey? Like, what is it that you want to create? No, like no, I'm not being negative or critical about that. I'm just telling you the truth. You really are fighting this, right? Like, and that's cool. So just be aware that you're really battling just to make quite a simple thing. Like, what would you like to create? It's interesting, isn't it? Like, I'm not, I'm not negative about that. I'm just saying, hey, that's quite interesting, right? Like, yeah. Why don't we just say, hey, I'd like to create this. Perfect. That's all. See, that's all. We just want to choose to create something. That's brilliant. Well done. Well done. Really cool. We just want to choose. We want to choose because we're powerful creators of our life, and we're going to choose to create. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to step into this end result, okay? And was it good to write that down, Krista? It feels like that was overcoming some stuff just to do that as well. So that's good. By the way, guys, I want to share this with you. The hardest thing to do is answer this question. Truthfully, it's the hardest thing to do. And here's the question: what do I really want? What do I really want? What do I really, really, truly want? It's one of the hardest questions to answer. Promise. Very difficult. Very difficult. What do I truly want? Okay, so we're going to step into the emotion of it. And yeah. So when you're choosing, you don't have to be specific or vague because each one creates momentum. So you know, a lot of people say, hey, you got to be specific because if you're not specific about your choice, you have a car with no engine. Well, here's my take on it. In order to have a car, you've still got to have a car with no engine. And then you create the engine. If you need to go from LA to New York, you got to start moving east. Right? Momentum builds on momentum. Who agrees, right? You got to start moving east. I mean, surely you might want to move maybe south to an airplane, but and fly, but at some point you got to start moving east. So to get there, you can either say, hey, I want to be somewhere in the east, and then maybe you start going east and you end up in Austin, Texas. Well, you're not there yet, but at least you're a heck of a lot closer than you were in LA. Does that make sense? So you're still moving because in reality, everything's a spiral. You see? Everything's a spiral. And so when we want to create, it's always diagonal action. So it only needs to be a little bit forward. And then we're going to realize, and we create the wave that moves us towards what we want. Well, I always say, so in alchemy, we always say, everything vibrates, everything moves. Everything vibrates, everything moves. And that's just, and including our action. And so one of the things we've got to do is we just got to take the next obvious action and realize as long as we take that action, yeah, it's the vortex. It's the vortex, right? Totally, Kathy. And we draw it as a wave on a 2D piece of paper, but a wave is actually just a vortex, yeah. So anyway, I really, really appreciate all the comments and everything here because it allows me to do extra coaching. So very important. Thank you for all your feedback. Okay, so we're going to step into the emotion of the end result. Okay, so just no expectations. We're going to step into it. Okay, and we're going to resonate on a new vibration. It's going to be a small meditation. Okay, and we're going to create a little bit of an anchor. All right, so an anchor, all I want you to do is as you start to feel the feeling, I just want you to press down on a knuckle or maybe squeeze your wrist. Just choose one, okay? Just create some sort of anchor to this feeling. I'll explain why afterwards, okay? So I'm going to just talk you through the meditation. It won't be long, 3 to 5 minutes. We'll get in the feeling of our end result and then come back to me. Does that sound good? So close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes and just choose that end result now. So just choose it. And as you choose that end result, imagine that you already are living it. And just have some nice deep relaxation breaths and just imagine you're living that end result now. And notice how it feels. Just notice how it feels to have that end result now. And if you're struggling, make it up. Make it up. And I just want you to really make it up and notice where you're feeling it. What would it be like to have this now? And then when you start to feel a different feeling than you're feeling before, I want you to turn your anchor on by squeezing your wrist or pressing down on a knuckle. Okay, so you ready? I want you to notice how it feels to have this. And as you notice it, just imagine that the more you notice it, the more the feeling grows. And the more it grows, the more you notice it. And just put your anchor on. Who would you be if this is your end result? And with every breath, just allow the feeling to get bigger and bigger. What would you be able to do if this is your end result? Notice how it feels to have this. With every breath, just allow it to flow through you even more. What would others say about you if this was your end result? How would it be like if this was true for you now? Just allow this feeling, whatever this feeling is, tune into it as it comes through you and allow it to get bigger and bigger. Who would you help if this was your end result right now? Allow that feeling, just sit in it. Where in your body do you feel this feeling the most? Keep your anchor on. And now I want you to start setting an intention that you make this feeling get bigger and bigger. Like it starts off as a small flame inside of you, a small light. And just imagine that this feeling that you've got gets bigger and bigger inside of you, starting where it started already, and just allow it to get bigger and bigger. So it's literally filling up your whole body. And now we get it bigger, so you're nearly radiating this feeling. Just imagine you can radiate the feeling past your body and fill up the whole room. Fill it right up. Just make this feeling get bigger and bigger, and just choose that you're going to allow it. That's it. All right. Open your eyes, come back. How was that? How was that? Good. Sensational, joyful, expansive. Love it. Beautiful, easy. Cool. Feel love flowing. Great. Great. It doesn't matter what we need to call that emotion, you see. That's your emotion of the end result. How was that, guys? Type it in. Let me know. Did anyone struggle with it? Went on a shopping spree. Light and beautiful. Gratitude. Wonderful. So real. Nice. It doesn't surprise me that that was a challenge. Yeah. Nice. Fulfilled. Beautiful. Right on, Misha. Cool. Great stuff. Okay. So that's the end result. Where's Rob and others that were asking me? Right on, Krista. You're getting there. You've moved. Just the start of getting the seed planted is great. And now it's allowing your body to actually have it. Give yourself permission to have it. That's how we get into an end result of something. You see, we get in and we go, that's who I am. Okay. Now, your job is to stay in that end result. Does that make sense? Is to stay in that emotion, that end result. But let's do a bit of a recode here. So let me ask you, compared to that, where are you now? Compared to that, where are you now? What's it like now? Like not now as in this moment, but in over the last week, over the last month. What's it like now? Ah, that's all right, Rob. Got it. So you see how the seeds that you're planting are different to who you got to be, right? You see that difference? Yeah. So you got to stay in this, right? This new one, that's one of your jobs. But type in, what's it like now? Or just give me a number 2 if you did it on a piece of paper. Cool. Just because I wait to see at least 2/3 of people respond before I move to the next step. So thanks. Yeah. Cool. So let's recode. Let's step into a recode of everything that stops you staying in that end result. So what beliefs do you have that stop you being in the end result? What beliefs about yourself, and what beliefs around your abilities, and what beliefs around the end result do you have? And expand on that first beliefs that you realize. You say, well, what else do I believe that holds this belief up? So for example, someone may write, this works for others, not me. Okay, well, what would someone believe to have that? Oh, well, I'm not good enough. Or what would someone have to believe that they're not good enough? Oh, that there's such a thing as good enough. Oh, okay. What would someone have to believe to have that, to believe that such a thing is good enough? They'd have to believe that it's not good enough just to be a human. What do they have to believe to have that? They have to believe that my life isn't good enough, and that if I do something else, I'll be good enough. And then they go, holy crap, that's a lot of beliefs. So pull on the thread of those beliefs. What else would you have to believe to have that? And it's okay to write it down. Give me a 3 if you're doing it that way once we're finished. It's all good. I'm just letting it all come out now. So the next question is, what do you believe about the end result, hey? What else causes you to not just stay in that end result? Something along the lines of, I can't feel that way until I have the result. Who's got that belief? Well, Chris, I can't feel that without the result, because the result, the thing, is what makes me feel this way, dude. No, you got to be it before you see it. You can feel it without having it. That's the secret. You be a millionaire before you have the million in the bank. You be in a loving relationship with yourself before you see a loving relationship in another person. You be inspired before you inspire the world. You be before you see. All right, so draw a circle around all the resistance that you have realized. Oh, here we go, Kat. We're ripping off a Band-Aid. I see you. Cool. Draw a circle around it all and ask yourself, out of 10, how much resistance do I have in my field to living that way every single day? 10 out of 10 is like swimming upstream against a current. 0 out of 10 is the opposite, it's downstream. Beautiful. Got some 5s, got some 3s, that's good. Some 8s, a 4, a 10, a 9, a 9. Please do the number, a 6, a 9, an 8, another 10. Cool. Cool. I always believe that any number above 5 is going to be impossible to have it. That's all right. Annette, did you write your number in? Cool. So once you've done that, go ahead and energetically give me permission to connect with your superconscious, which is going to be really fun. And so you just got to give me permission in your mind, and close your eyes and be in yourself. So close your eyes and give me permission to connect to you and your superconscious, and we'll do the session now. Cool. So I'm just going to connect in with your superconscious. Just give me a moment. Superconscious, please bring all this resistance into the active experience in the perfect way, perfect order. Thank you. Superconscious, do you see all the thoughts and beliefs that are in the active experience and causing resistance? Please treat the beliefs and thoughts and do a massive change history and full superconscious recode, and everything is needed. Thank you. Just breathe into that. Just with your eyes closed, just notice what you notice. Superconscious, do you see the belief or the idea that it's easier to run away and hide than to go for what you want? It's safer. It's safer just to hide. Superconscious, please treat, do a massive change history, and everything is needed on all beliefs and thoughts. Thank you. Superconscious, I want you to bring up all family thought patterns, generational structures, especially related to the grandfather on both sides, both grandparents. There's a grandfather energy here. Superconscious, do you see that energy? Yes. Do you see that structure? Yes. Do you see all other family entanglements around this? Superconscious, please treat this structure and allow us to express emotion of what we truly want. Please treat and do a massive change history, and everything is needed. Thank you. Yeah, just breathe through that, because that was massive. Superconscious, do you see all the emotions and everything that's in the way? Yes, please bring all resistance that's in the way up into the active experience, and just imagine it like you're on a football field and you want to get to the goal, but there's all these people in the way, and each one represents resistance. In superconscious, please treat all resistance and imagine all of these people just running and getting out of the way as the superconscious does its work, so that there's just an open field for you to go right towards the goal. Superconscious, do you see it? Please treat all the beliefs that you can't just have it easy, that it's got to be hard, that you got to fight for what you want. Superconscious, you see all those beliefs around struggle and competition and not having it easy. Yes, please treat and do a full superconscious recode, including all aspects of consciousness. Thank you. Mm. The field just laughed at us. That's funny. It says, "You are the goal." It feels like a Morpheus moment. Hey, open your eyes. Come back to me. How could you have resistance? You are the playing field. You are the enemy. Have you guys seen that that photo on social media? And there's a kid with a gum boot, like a work boot, pushing the kid down. And then they show the next picture. It's actually the kid's hand in the work boot pushing it down. Made me laugh. That's what was in the field. It was like, you are the resistance. Oh gosh. All right. How's everyone going? How was that? We're halfway through. I just want to check in. Started at 10. Where are you now? 1, nice. 2, nice. 10 to 5, 8 to 5, 5, 9 to 2, 10 to 6, 6. Nice. 9 to 4, 3. I got a bit distracted there because it was funny. So we got 8 to 4. Cool. Where'd you start, Sky? Right, Kathy, that's cool. 8 to 4, 6.5 to 3, 4 to 2, 8 to 3. Yeah, right on, Mike. Body feels light, felt like pain or upper back, went through it. Feel like I've been really holding back and something broke through today. Love you, Carrie. Awesome stuff. Cool. Cool. I can't see where you went to. 7 to 4, great. 9. Tears of rage gave way to peace and calm. Wow. 9 to 2. Awesome. Don't recall the start number. All good. 1's good. All right, so let's go in for a second session. Hey, so let's just choose for the resistance to go as low as possible. Okay, as low as possible for today. So just close your eyes and again, just give me energetic permission in your mind to connect to your superconscious and choose to get the most out of it. Okay, and just give me a minute to connect in. Subconscious. Okay. Okay. Superconscious, do you see the resistance to this emotion, to this end result? Yeah. Please bring up beliefs around superconscious. Please bring up all the life rules that have to happen in order for you to be able to feel that. Please bring up all the rules, all the structures that have been created that stop you just feeling good now. And superconscious, do you remember being a child that just felt good for no reason? Please treat and do a massive change history and everything around I have to do or have something in order to feel that way. Thank you. Everyone just stay in that recode and keep processing. Cat of the dynamic duo, I need you to go back into your superconscious creation and notice from a superconscious level that you chose to create what you created because you thought it would be fun. Superconscious, you see that? Yeah. Please treat and do a massive change history from a superconscious perspective before even being a fetus cat. Want everyone to just step into a moment and grow yourself younger. Grow yourself younger and younger and younger in your mind all the way back until you can no longer access this idea that you've got to do something to feel a certain way. Go all the way back before you even realize that you're a human being, maybe. And superconscious from this perspective, please do a massive change history and treat all aspects of this belief. Thank you. Here it comes. From this perspective, please reinforce this structure with a feeling of freedom. Superconscious, please reinforce this structure with a feeling of freedom that can't be taken away. The amount of freedom the wind has, or a puppy. The amount of freedom a child feels running along the beach. The amount of freedom Mandela found even though he was captured. That sort of freedom. Superconscious, do you feel that freedom? Yes. Please reinforce a structure with freedom. Superconscious, please reinforce this choice with joy for no reason. Do you see all the beliefs that stop this? Yes. Superconscious, please treat and do a massive change history and everything is needed. Thank you. And in your mind, I want you just to grow yourself older from an earliest age you could imagine, even pre-birth, with the belief that you can feel good and abundant and free and love easily There's nothing that you need to do to feel that. And just stay in that. That's it. And grow yourself older. That's it. There you go. That feels good. All the way out to now. It feels good. And superconscious, if there's anything else to treat today, please treat that now, including memories 1, 2, and 3. Do a massive change history, family patterns, quantum timelines, original events, future events, tandem memories, future memories, and all aspects of consciousness. And please ground all the memories we've touched today into the matrix of the universe and tag all aspects of our being, our consciousness, and our thoughts for treatment next time. And just have a few breaths and come back into reality. And as you do, you'll likely think about that choice and experience very little resistance to having it now. Feels good. Welcome back, friends. Where's everyone at? Wow, 8-1, great. 831-920. I'm melting into the couch. Lucky couch. 8-1. Where's Kat? There's Mark. Hot damn. 3-0, 6-1. Well, that's big, Christine. Nice. I'm on cloud 9. Nice, Rob. 9-1. Ah. Love ya. Good stuff. Hold on. 941. Yeah, Kat, in the middle of that, there was just this, just because I know you so well from the cert, it was just, that just was there for you, but it wasn't for the whole group. 10-1, smiling. Wow, Kate, that's great. Hey guys, I super appreciate having you all here. That was a fun session today. So I would love to get more reviews from all of you. Let me just see if I can find the review page, because I just want to change the world with this work. That's a choice I have. I want as many people to experience what all of you are experiencing right now. So I'm just going to grab the review page here, and then we'll do a bit of a recap. Hey, there's the review page. There we go. Cool. So today felt like a really big session. Right on, Rob. Felt like it was a really big session. We talked about some good stuff. We talked about the willingness to let things die and let them go. We talked about planting the seed. We talked about the law of attraction. Yeah, cool. Yeah, of course. So it felt like it was a really big session. So here's the truth, guys, this week, between now and the next time that you're on with me, make sure you plant the right seed in the universe, eh? True? Because if you're not doing that, you know, you're planting something else, and guess what? That will grow. True? So you've got inside your back office, you've got, I think, 30-something meditations. We do 4 of these sessions a week, and they're all put in the Facebook group under the videos. So you can just access all these sessions. There's no reason why you can't just be in your end result and stay in it. Now, guess what? Life's going to happen. The world, universe is going to show you and test you and test you and test you. You just got to stay in it. You stay in it. You take the action. Stay in it. Take the action. Stay in it. Take the action. That's it. You know, like The law of action's true. We're lucky that we still have gravity on a plane. So even though we've got the law of lift, we still need the law of gravity. So even though we've got the law of attraction, we still need the law of action. You know, the seed can be whatever it wants to be, but if you don't take that seed and put it in the ground and then look after it, if another action comes in which rips the seed out, right? It's not going to happen. So thank you so much for being a part of this today. That was beautiful and brilliant. Hannah Nyes, one of our top trainers, coaches, and also who leads the certification. She's doing a session tonight, my time, which is in 5 hours from now. So probably the middle of the night for lots of you. The recordings of these are amazing. We're not sure how the recordings work, but they just do. So that's cool. Sometimes I want to figure out how they work, but at the moment I'm just loving that they work. I'm just popping in here the link to leave a review for me on Facebook. If you feel called to share some of your experience, that's where to do it. And also I'm going to do a lot of lives on my YouTube. So, you know, make sure you're over there and you don't miss out on any of the action. I'll pop into the Facebook group now and say hello. And yeah, love you guys. Thanks for being a part of this. See you in the group. Appreciate every single one of you. Bye for now.